Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for an FA Cup third round watch along. A lovely little South London derby between Millwall and Crystal Palace. We're looking forward to this kicking off at 12:45. So we'll focus in the main on this game. However, FA Cup has already kicked off. You can see down on the ticker. Borough are 2-0 up at Mansfield. They've made short work of that. They only kicked off 15 minutes ago. 2 goals up. Ikpeazu and Boyd Muntz, who only literally signed yesterday, I think, has given Borough a 2-0 lead there. So Borough looking very good still under Chris Wilder, the Championship Manager of the Month, to be qualifying for the fourth round. We also, on Sky Sports on the other screen, have just kicked off in Wycombe versus Sunderland. So we've got that on. There are some other 12:30 kickoffs you can see down there ticking along. Bristol City versus Fulham, Burnley versus Huddersfield, Coventry versus Derby, and Hartlepool versus Blackpool. So it's a bit of a watch along and a bit of a super stream at the same time. We'll try and keep across everything with the main focus being on Millwall versus Crystal Palace down at the Den. Do hit that thumbs up button if you're here, and do say hello. I know we skew quite Millwall heavy here when it comes to a Millwall versus Palace game. So we'll try and keep our bias at the door, but obviously good luck to all our Millwall friends. Let's just say welcome to Dan Plays Games, Gary, Jake. Hoping there's no upset. Doesn't look like it, Jake. Borough already 2-0 up, my friend. Richard, Gary, you, and we are heavily behind Millwall on this one. Borough 2-0 up. There's our first meal of the day. I'll give you a proper one later. Lenny, welcome. Iain, Richard, there's another meal. Alistair, welcome. Chris with another meal. Liam, I'll give you a proper one. I'm supposed to be neutral here, for goodness sake. I can't be milling all afternoon, can I? But there we go. Welcome, Liam, Irene, Elliot, Paul, Leeds, Shorty from Germany. Welcome to you all. You can see today we're sponsored by Betfair and Football 365. Check out football365.com for all my writing on the Championship, and especially in January, lots of transfer stuff over on Football 365 and betfair.com as well. We will have a look and see what our friends over at betfair.com think. And I'm going to have a look over there because it is Wycombe 0, Sunderland 1. Let's stop what we are doing. Looks like Ross Stewart has given Sunderland the lead with inside 3 minutes. We'll come back to the FA Cup in a sec. Big game at the top of League One. I think Lee Johnson is our League One Manager of the Month, and they lead already Sunderland. I think it's Ross Stewart has scored. Build up inside right position. It's knocked in, out to the left. It's good football by Sunderland. Little dummy. In comes the cross. Stewart, little shove in the back. Heads in off the crossbar. Nice build up. I suspect the Wycombe players are going to be talking about the little shove there. Yes, a foul, isn't it? Shove in the back from Ross Stewart. Let's have another look on the slow-mo. Yeah, he's disguised it very well. Looks like a foul to me. Let me know your thoughts if you're watching that Wycombe Sunderland. Very clever. Just as he jumps, a little push in the back by Stewart, and he heads in. Lee Johnson and the Sunderland bench celebrate that goal, which may have come in nefarious means there by Stewart, who's having a great season. Sunderland having a great season. I'll tell you what we will do before we get into the Millwall Palace stuff. Let's just give you a live league table and show you what that means up at the top of League One. Plenty of League One games today, but take a look at that. That puts Sunderland top of the table as things stand. They lead. And Wycombe have been a little bit slippery, sloppy lately, haven't they? So we will see how that one pans out. Let's just do a few more hellos. Welcome, Tom. Kaylee from sunny, hot Cape Town. Well, it's the proverbial, isn't it, down in the UK here, Kaylee? So nice one. Charles, welcome. Jake, Bermondsey boy. We're so heavily Millwall here today, aren't we? You love to see it. But of course, I'm going to leave my bias at the door. May the best team win. Alistair, Reading Kidderminster today for him. Our friend Adam, who's often in the chat, is off to the Agborough. Right, let's do some team news. In fact, sorry, I have one more thing to do. We need to say thank you to our fan sponsor, Luca. Football is nothing without fans. I'm nothing without football. Luca, lovely young man, helped out by his father, Stephen, has become our fan sponsor for our watch-alongs this year. We always love to hear from Luca. Who's Stoke got today? I can't quite remember. Was there a banana skiing game for Stoke? They're at home to someone from League One, aren't they? I think. Can't quite remember. There we go. Thank you to Luca. Right. Let's have a look at these teams. As it stands, all of our games kicked off in the FA Cup other than Millwall Palace, which is our game here. And the only goals have both come at Mansfield. It's Mansfield 0, Borough 2, Ikpeazu and Boyd Muntz. And Ikpeazu's former club, Wycombe, are a goal down against Sunderland that looked like it might have had a little bit of a shove in the back, let's just say. Here are your teams. George Long starts in goal for Millwall. Białkowski, the first choice goalkeeper. There's obviously some agreement here that Long plays the cup games, which is quite a European thing, isn't it, from years gone by. Hutchison, Pearce, Cooper, Malone, McNamara, Mitchell, Saville, Ojo, Bradshaw, Afobe. I say that's 10 out of 11 first teamers other than Białkowski playing. There's your bench for Millwall: Białkowski, Evans, Topoloj, Keith Bell, Bury, Lovelace, Boateng, Smith and Bennett. Is Hartlepool 0, Blackpool 1 in the FA Cup. It's all going to the higher ranked teams so far in the cup. There will be an upset somewhere. It's not happening yet, is it? Hartlepool 0, Blackpool 1. You didn't need to play your joker to call that one. If anyone's got the goal scorer and can beat me to the punch there, Blackpool lead in the Battle of the Pools. Hartlepool 0, Blackpool 1. First person to give me the goal scorer. Well, you don't win a prize, you just win the glory. The glory in the chat there. Right, Palace team for you. And how strong has Patrick Vieira gone? Butland in goal. That's normally Gaeta, isn't it? Ward, Anderson, Gray, and Mitchell. Obviously, we're very familiar with Gray from his days at Swansea on the channel. And Anderson, we covered on Dearly Departed on loan at Fulham last season, didn't we? Schlupp, Gallagher, we know all about on the channel. He's been at Charlton and at Swansea on loan in the Championship. Will Hughes was here last year for Watford as well. And look at the two wide inside forwards for Palace. Eze and Elise, two of the Championship's best players leaving for Palace in the past couple of seasons, with Jean-Philippe Mateta up top. Pretty strong looking Palace team. Should be a good cup tie, this one. Matthews, Klein, Kelly, Sakyi, Wells Morrison, Milivojevic, Riedveld, Benteke and Eduard on the bench for Crystal Palace. Let's go to some comments, and then we're going to see what Betfair have got to say for themselves. Iain wants a Wycombe and Sunderland draw. Iain, I'd be very interested as a Rotherham fan in your views on whether there might have been a little shove in the back for that goal. But there we go. I'll leave that to the chat. Good day from Australia. Welcome, Dustin. Lots of people watching from all around the world today. Ewan's calling the Millwall win. By the way, both my polls on Twitter and Palace, the majority had Millwall winning this. Although, again, I will reiterate, those polls are often skewed a little bit by some implicit bias. And, of course, over the years, we've made a lot of friends at Millwall. So maybe it just says we have more Millwall subscribers than Palace subscribers. But there we go. Right, what else have we got in the chat here? Orient tomorrow. Is that Stoke? Thanks, Alistair. Martin, praying for a Wall win from the Philippines. We really are international today. Butland ain't a bad reserve keeper. No, they tried to rehabilitate his ailing career there. John, welcome along, my friend. Welcome along, Phil, and another John there. Dave, did we say hi to you? I don't think we did. Right. Here come Palace. I don't have the sound on but I'm sure we're getting a very, very loud mill being we're on the telly, and hopefully the national TV audience can hear what a brilliantly loud stadium that can be down at the Den. Whenever anybody asks me, 2 occasions, the 2 loudest games I've been to probably in the last 5 years were Millwall and Fulham, and Birmingham Villa at Villa Park was so loud it wasn't true. But Millwall Fulham is probably the loudest atmosphere I've come across in my travels in the last sort of 4 or 5 years, certainly since we've been doing the YouTube. Eze, love to see him back. Always love to watch Eze gliding around the turf. Before we go to betfair.com, Hartlepool 0, Blackpool 2. So both Borough and Blackpool, 2 of our championship teams, are both already 2 up in pretty much 15 minutes of their games. So far, the magic of the cup is here, yes. The upsets are not here just yet at all. I think Iain was just saying Keshi Anderson was the first goal scorer. Oh, no, I beg your pardon. That goal has been disallowed or didn't happen. I have duff information from the app that I'm using. Scratched out, Hartlepool 0, Blackpool 1. Right, let's head over to our friends at betfair.com. See if we can find you a nice little tipple for this afternoon. If you do want to liven up proceedings, if you do, of course, please only gamble what you can afford. Please gamble responsibly. 18 plus only. BeGambleAware.org. All of that being said, Betfair will give you 4-1 on Millwall to win in 90 minutes. Palace 4-6, 5-2 the draw. Remember, no replays this year. No replays. So we are going to extra time and to penalties for Millwall to qualify by however long that takes, 90, 120 or penalties. 12-5, Palace odds on 3-2. A few little boosters there. Christian Benteke, honestly, sorry, Betfair, I wouldn't touch that. He's on the bench. James Tompkins to be carded. Again, don't touch that. He's not starting. Conor Gallagher to assist the goal. I like that. 9-2 boosted on Betfair. Odsonne Edouard again on the bench. Don't touch that one with a barge pole. Both teams to score in both halves, 18-1. Unlikely and priced thus. Thank you as ever to our friends at betfair.com. They are our sponsors for today's watch along, which is about to kick off. Let's quickly just sweep the teams one more time. Long in goal for Millwall. No Bialkowski. I'm going to stop because Wycombe have equalised. It's really all go today. Wycombe 1, Sunderland 1, 13 gone. Looks like Anis Mehmeti is the goal scorer. Deflected cross by McCleary. It's going to be launched back into the box. Or is it? He's edge of the box, nice feet. Drives right-footed, deflected into the other corner. Wycombe 1, Sunderland 1. In League One. We didn't even have the first goal on the ticker, for God's sake. Wycombe 1, Sunderland 1. Mehmeti and Stewart, the goal scorers there. Nice, busy start. Right, we're about to kick off at the Den. I'm going to change the ticker, and I was going to give you the teams. By the way, if you are watching, please hit that like button. And we are ready to go. We have indeed kicked off. There are your teams real quickly. Long in goal for Millwall. Hutchison, Pearce, Cooper, Malone, McNamara, Saville, Mitchell, Bradshaw, Ojo, Afobe. Tweak that. I'm just looking at my picture right now. Doesn't look like Afobe is going to be the central striker, possibly, but we'll take a look at that in a sec. In terms of the team shapes for Palace, Butland, Ward, Anderson, Gray, Mitchell, Schlupp, Gallagher, Hughes, Eze, Mateta, Elise. Palace on the attack already. Scott Malone gets a foot in there. Here comes Shea Ojo down the right wing inside the first minute. Ojo, step over. Ojo cross deflected corner to Millwall. I bet it's loud in there when that corner got given. We're coming up 1 minute up. Here comes a timestamp. 3, 2, 1. sink at 1 minute. I'm watching an ITV TV feed. If you're watching on the ITV hub or on a smart TV, you may be behind me. So try and sync up. We can give you another timestamp if indeed you want one. Corner to Millwall in the FA Cup. Millwall 0, Palace 0, 1 minute played. In it comes under the bar, hits the bar. Oh, Butland lost that one in flight there. Did he touch it? Scott Malone, I think, has swung the corner onto the crossbar. Ooh, I think Butler's possibly got that covered. Yeah, he has. He leans back. He slaps the front of the bar. I think he's got his angles right there, Jack Butland. But Millwall just hitting the top of the bar direct from a corner. And away we go with the Palace restart. Pinging it about inside their own box. Dink into the front. And Matata, who holds it up. And here is Gallagher, who's got himself in the England squad. Let's get some comments up on the screen. Yes, penalties today after extra time. I think it's going to be a red card, Iain. Who to? Best watch along there is. Thank you, Dave. Just had you up. Millwall are too loud. There we go. You love to see it. Here come Palace, though. Ojo's won it back for Millwall, not back into Sean Hutchinson, who boots it into the channel, out for a throw-in. Come on, Palace. Go on, Wickham. Yeah, is that Boyd Muntz on his debut? Absolutely, Phil. I wonder if that, given it's a 12:15 kickoff, any of you stat heads here, I wonder if that is the soonest someone has scored a goal for their team after they've been signed. I know they have to be registered 24 hours in advance, but with it being a midday kickoff and the goal being so early, I'm sure one of our statos will get that. Afternoon, Wayne, welcome. Pray for penalties. Do I want to sit here for 2.5 hours? 2 hours is quite enough, I think. There we go. Eze and Elise, stop it. Absolutely. Two very fine players who cut their teeth in the championship, didn't they? Bradshaw brings it down. We'll give you a time sync, Matt, in just a sec when we're coming up 4 minutes. Here's Gallagher. Elise runs ahead of him. Joel Ward down the right-hand side goes back into centre half. Right, here comes a time sync. We're going to be at 4 minutes in the ITV coverage in 3, 2, 1. Sync. Millwall 0, Palace 0. Fingers crossed, no more goals. Wickham Sunderland 1-1. There, Eze is so talented. What a player. Absolutely. Sol Bamber sent off. Is that true? Can anyone confirm? I think James is right. So that's an interesting one. Borough 2 up, down to 10 men. I wonder if Mansfield can fire back in that one. The Paul Ifill derby. Ifill 65. Blue and dub and dee and dum. What a song. Huge hit that, wasn't it? Okay, maybe a bigger hit than it was a good song. Eze knocks that one back inside. I saw Eze play for QPR at this stadium, in fact. Please hit the like button if you are watching. Plenty going on this afternoon. We're looking at Millwall versus Palace. However, we've got FA Cup games going on and one game in League One, which has already had 2 goals between Wickham and Sunderland. There's one down the middle looking for Bradshaw to chase. So as I suggested, contrary to that graphic on SofaScore we put up, it's not Benik Afobe playing down the middle. It's Tom Bradshaw, as we expected. Afobe to the left and Ojo to the right. So that was incorrect, the graphic that we put in there. Gray to Anderson. Really nice to see these championship graduates in the Palace team. Gray, I'm classing Gallagher as well, Eze and Elise, all schooled in the championship. We'll take the credit, won't we? We enjoyed watching them the past couple of years. The ball's back home with Long, who's the cup goalkeeper ahead of Bart Białkowski for Millwall. Hughes wins the header. lamped forward by Jake Cooper. Pretty poor ball. Patrick Vieira is just outside of his technical box giving some instructions. 6:10 gone. I don't really need to say it's raining, do I? It's going to be rain at every game in England today, isn't there, for goodness sakes? Ben, when Ipswich won the FA Cup in 78, quarter-final, Ipswich won 6-1 at the Den. That is a very, very famous game, that one. And I've spoken to many, many Ipswich fans who were at that game. Most scared they've ever been at a football match in their lives. And Ipswich were incredible, obviously. The game was stopped twice, that one in 78. And check out one of the goals by John Walk. There's a goal by George Burley, the right back, but one of the goals by John Walk is ridiculous. Long ball forward to the late great Paul Mariner, who's up on the wall behind me there. If I can get my point in right, there he is. He heads it down to John Walk, who just smashes it in full on the volley. Incredible stuff. Referee Stroud in the Mansfield Borough game has got his red card out. Good old referee Stroud. Well, I can think of many other descriptions, but I'll leave that to the chat. Please hit the like button if you're watching this. Millwall 0, Palace 0. Just having a look at Will Hughes' tackle. It's one of those classic ones that he catches Ojo on the follow-through. I heard referee Hackett on the Seen Them Given podcast yesterday on my travels saying, don't be distracted by the ball. If someone takes someone on the follow-through, it's still a foul. Free kick Millwall. Booted forward. Oh, Cooper gets the flick. Are they going to be able to get the second ball? Yes, they are. Bradshaw crosses in. Low chance. Oh, Afobe puts it over the bar. Best chance of the game. Probably should have scored. I'll keep my powder dry until I see the replay. Afobe is out. Oh, he's completely shanked it, hasn't he? He's closed down a bit by Joachim Anderson, but that's a nice chance that for Benik Afobe should hit the target there. Millwall probably should be in front now if we're being particularly stiff on poor Benik Afobe there. Palace need to kill the crowd. Good luck killing that crowd, I tell you, and pass them to death. Goal won't even quieten that lot down, will they? Happy New Year, Wayne. Referee Stroud, what a hero. Should have scored that. Up, Ollie, welcome. First stream for a while. You are all very, very welcome. Get your views in the comments. We'll read as many as possible, providing you're not talking absolute nonsense, which most of you don't, which is good. Please hit the like button as well. We're trying to draw as many people to our stream today. Looks like it's all going on in that Wycombe-Sunderland game. Looks like a very open affair and 2 goals. 2 goals already. Scott Malone hurls that throwing down the line. Bradshaw flick. Ojo tries to win it. Hughes knocks it out. And friend of the channel, Billy Mitchell, gets that in to the centre half. McNamara down the line. Ojo, Mitchell again. Go on, Billy. So I'm supposed to be neutral here, aren't I? Sorry, my apologies. I'm outing myself as a Millwall sympathist now, aren't I? Pierce. Hutchison into the front. Swept up by Gray. Good defending by Gray. Mitchell gets there first. Ojo. Give and go by him. Really tight in midfield here. Game squidged right in. That obviously plays into Millwall's hands rather than Palace's hands, doesn't it? Can a championship side really realistically win the FA Cup this year? Chances are slim, aren't they? But hopes are high, as always. Look, if we get any championship teams in the semi-final, I think that's a great day out for their fans, especially those teams in the championship that maybe haven't been in the Premier League either ever or recently. Great for them to get that big occasion. Conor Gallagher has got some kind of issue with his eye. Or his cheek. Or is it his eye bleeding onto his cheek? I think he's just cut himself on the eye, just next to his temple there. Conor Gallagher. We're spoilt today. They've just been talking about referee Stroud up in the Blackpool, the Borough-Mansfield game. We have got referee Taylor, who is one of our best. So let's hope he can live up to that billing. Referee Taylor, who you'll all be very familiar with. Let's have a look in the comments. Rowettian slip there, very, very much so. We're completely neutral here. Not pro Millwall at all, hey? But there's a mill for us anyway. Benny, first time watching. Love watching proper fans talk football. Play up Pompey. Welcome along, Benny. Are Pompey still in the cup? Let me have a look. I don't think they are they? I can't see that famed name. Of course, wasn't it Pompey who won the FA Cup before we went to war and then held it for 7 years as a result? Something like that, isn't it? Ollie, hopefully AFCON means a lot more game time for Elise and Eze. Always like watching them, very much so. Two superb players. They're similar, but they're not. But both great ball carriers, aren't they? Those two. Welcome, best stream out there. Very, very kind. Iain, welcome along, Liam and James as well. Derby could go quite a long way. Well, James, I had Coventry to beat Derby today, so we disagree on that one. Apologies, I'm just going to block this absolute waste of oxygen in the comments. Apologies if you had to read his absolute guff. He's gone. Hopefully he won't be back. Normally these imbeciles have multiple accounts to go and insult people by, but there we go. Here comes McNamara. McNamara with the cross blocked out by Tyreek Mitchell. 13 gone. Millwall 0, Palace 0. Millwall are probably the better side, actually, aren't they? In these first 15 minutes. And they got Palace back in their own half. Here's a Phobe. Tries to knock that one inside. Anderson with the clearance. No sides, welcome. Come on, Wickham. Well, they were behind for a short while, but they're level now. Arsenal for the cup. Curved glass. So no goals in our game here thus far. We got 2 goals at Mansfield, Middlesbrough 2-0 up. It's Wickham 1, Sunderland 1 in League One. And Blackpool, Keshi Anderson has scored up there. Hartlepool 0, Blackpool 1. Here's Matata chasing Alex Pearce, who gets there first. Clears it down the line. Is the stadium full? Looks very full. John. Millwall should be a good money spinner, this for Millwall. They should get the TV fee. Nice bumper attendance with plenty of away fans. Throw in to Palace. Mitchell tosses it in. It was knocked off by Schlupp, who we haven't mentioned, have we? It shows that Millwall have been on top, doesn't it? Mitchell is going to take the throw in again. Eze. Hughes. And they forced the corner. There's a goal at Burnley. Burnley 1, Huddersfield 0. Burnley 1, Huddersfield 0. We thought it might be a hard afternoon for Huddersfield. It's Burnley 1, Huddersfield 0. We didn't check the teams on any of those, so I don't know how strong either Burnley or Huddersfield have gone, but Burnley have the lead. Corner Palace is going to go short to Will Hughes. Eze again. Eze knocks out. In comes the cross from Elise. I think it was Joel Ward on the near, beg your pardon, it was Anderson on the near post, tried to flick at it, and a sort of training ground corner comes to nothing there for the Palace. Thrown in by Mitchell. Down the line, surely the offside flag's going up against Eze, and he is indeed offside. It's going to be a restart for Millwall. Any opinions on Charlie Patino? He would be the Arsenal youngster who they took from Luton. Is that right? I know only what the Luton fans have told me, so very little, unfortunately. A good first half from the Borough, absolutely. James, it's just got to get to half time, and it's 2-0. They will still fancy their chances against 10 men. The Burnley goal was scored by Jay Rodriguez, who we had in the Championship, didn't we, playing for West Brom very recently in the 18-19 season. He's up in the top league with Burnley, and he's given them the lead. It's not recurring. He's given them the lead against Huddersfield Town. 2 Millwall players closing down Butland. Butland's lost it. Oh, what a mistake. Oh, Millwall lead. Forde is the goal scorer. It's a terrible mistake by Jack Butland. I saw the 2 players running in from Millwall, closing down the Millwall keeper. And, oh dear, Butland looking very sheepish. Forde nicks it off him and slides it in the corner. Millwall 1, Palace 0. It's probably a deserved lead on the balance of play, but it's a dreadful mistake by Jack Butland. Oh dear. He takes the touch. He then takes another 3 touches. Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no. Oh, it's just dreadful. Oh, dearie me. He takes 1 touch. There's 2 players closing him down. That is the point. He's just got to get rid of Forde then. Touch, slides it into the gaping net, into the side net in Millwall 1, Palace 0. Cat amongst pigeons. Millwall lead. And at last, we have the possibility of an FA Cup upset here. Millwall 1, Palace 0. Forde, the goal scorer. Get your comments in on it. Horrible bit of goalkeeping by poor old Jack Butland. Goodness me. Let's get some comments in there. Get in there, Martin. How far has Jack Butland fallen? Well, he's been doing better, hasn't he? Getting Millwall up the EFL, absolutely. Oh dear, Jack Butland. Oh dear, indeed. There we go. I thought there was a red card in the Middlesbrough game. There was one that came up on my screen, but there we go. Just a yellow then. What was the keeper doing? Trying to play out from the back, having too many touches and not realising after that first touch that the easiest thing he could do is just slide that back along the goal line out into the left back position. Here come Millwall again with Ojo into the box. Ojo crosses in low. Bradshaw had come short for the cutback. Ojo tried to slide it into the 6-yard box. And Millwall are playing well. And Millwall are leading. They'd created the best chance of the game up until the goal. Forde stuck it over the bar with the left foot. It is a mistake, but it's a forced mistake, isn't it? You can see the 2 players going in and pressing the keeper. And honestly, I might be a little bit biased, but I think Millwall deserved that lead. Billy Mitchell is going to hurl a long throw, and they've really got to put the pressure on Palace now, haven't they? Millwall. In it comes. Cooper on the near post. Gray gets a touch, and it's helped goalwards by George Saville. Just poked it goalwards. Couldn't really get a lot on it. And it's Millwall 1, Palace 0. How much of a chance was that? Yeah. If he'd got his balance right there, a bit more of a chance than they made of it. What else have we got? What was the keeper doing? Yeah, quite. What happened to Butland? He was supposed to be England's number 1, playing out from the back. Not all about Butland. You have to be, well, okay, it's not 100% about Butland, but it's a good 95%, isn't it? That just shouldn't result in a goal, should it? Get a good touch. And even if you do get a bad touch, you still had time to just get rid. But he then took another 3 touches, didn't he? Butland. Never like to pile in on players on this channel, but that was hopeless, wasn't it? Fell by Tom Bradshaw. It's going to be a Palace free kick. Half time. Borough leading 2-0. Bradshaw with a shove in the back on a Phobe. I'll give you 94%. Call it a deal. I'll shake on that. It's a deal. Why do teams insist on playing out from the back when they're no good at it? I mean, look, there's going to be mistakes, isn't there? There's going to be the odd mistake. In the main, I think Palace are good at it, but it does rely on players not to have complete brain farts like that. So yeah, I don't think it's one or the other, but it needs to be executed. Free kick Palace. Elise curls it in and shanked goalwards. And I'm having a look over here because it's Wycombe 2, Sunderland 1 in League One. Wycombe have come from behind to lead 2-1. That early Ross Stewart goal has been cancelled out. I think Sam Vokes has scored. Let me just avert my gaze. It's a good old Wycombe set play. Headed up in the air. Well, yes. I think we're in 6 of 1 and half a dozen terms here because perhaps, yeah, there's a clear foul on the goalkeeper. So I'm calling this game Wycombe 1, Sunderland 0 because I thought there was a foul in the build-up to the first Sunderland goal. And I think there's a foul. One of the Wycombe attacking players is literally pinning the goalkeeper down with his arm there. So maybe 2 slightly iffy goals in that game. But if you chalk them both off, you come out with Wycombe still winning by 1, which is what is literally happening at the moment. Sam Vokes has put them 2-1 up. Perhaps a hint of a foul on the keeper there in League One. Meanwhile, in the FA Cup, we are quarter of the way through this game. 22:58 on the clock. Millwall 1, Palace 0 down at the Den. Elise for Palace. Anderson, Gray, Mitchell at the left back area. Millwall are getting this right. They really are. Their team shape's good. Their intensity's good. It's just a question when they are the underdog. Can they keep it up and can they get a bit lucky? Palace will probably make a big chance at some point. And your hope is, if you're behind Millwall in this one, that they miss it. Eze, Gray, Will Hughes in deep central midfield. Let's get some comments in on the chat. What are we saying? Long time no speak. Oh, Benica Phobe, once a wolf, always a wolf. And the only goal scorer in this game. Here comes Schlupp. Schlupp, edge of the box. Schlupp drives the shot. Good save, Long. Good strike that by Schlupp. It's pretty much straight at Long, but he hits that really hard and he just has to get a strong hand behind it. Yeah, good goalkeeping. No messing with that. Just get 2 hands behind it and push up away from the goal. Vokes has been a heck of a signing for Wycombe. Foul on the keeper, anybody? Not by Vokes, it has to be said. Corner. Oh, my goodness. Another goal in the Wycombe-Sunderland game. Ross Stewart has scored again. Corner for Palace. Headed away. Gallagher edge of the box. Gallagher sorts his feet out, lobs it up in the air. And I don't think McNamara needed to header that. I think the offside flag was going to go up. And we're going to take another look at League One, where there's been 4 goals in the first 38 minutes. Sunderland building up down the left-hand side. We're going to get a yellow card come out here. Stewart gets a good goal, actually. Gets across his man. And it's 2-2. Which way has that decision gone? If McNamara has managed to get that decision, he's done quite well there. Wycombe 2, Sunderland 2 in League One. All going on there. It's half-time. Half-time at Borough. Mansfield 0, Borough 2. So half-time at Mansfield, you know what I mean. In the game involving Borough. And Ross Stewart is on a hat-trick. Game of the day. Sunderland versus Wycombe. Looking good, isn't it? There's another Mill. Very, very much so. Millwall are the biggest cup upset specialists along with Southampton. Nice. Good stat. Yeah, we've seen a lot of these players, haven't we? And here. Palace not creating anything. No, they are not. But here they come with Matata trying to get into the box. Hutchison deals with him well. Nice clearance all the way up to Scott Malone. Nice feet by him. Oh, good play. Saville. Saville to Ojo. Goal of the season coming up if they score from this. Ojo, he's got Malone ahead of him. 1-2. This is great stuff by Millwall. Ojo tries to get the cross, and I'm going to give that some applause. That's great football by Millwall there, and they win the corner. Under pressure, playing all the way out and forcing a corner up the other end. Apologies if you're getting any spam in the chat there. I'm quick on the block button, believe you me. Mr. Nobody can hear the Millwall game out of my bird's top floor windows. Tremendous. You'd think it would be loud. In comes the corner from Malone. Oh, Cooper got their header. He didn't have to jump for it. Elise nearly got absolutely smashed in the tackle there. Apologies. I'm on the block button in the chat. We're just having some technical difficulties there. Oh, mankind, you blooming killjoy, hey? Apparently the first Sunderland goal has gone down as an own goal. So there we go. Here is Elise into Gallagher and Hughes. Gray. Slid into Eze. Back to Gray. Ooh, Scott Malone has just caught Michael Elise. I think he's going to get a yellow card for that from referee Taylor. Stockdale own goal. He heads it, doesn't he? It hits the bar. Stockdale's hand is right there. It's a great header. I think it's foul in the build-up, by the way. But, yeah. I suspect the goals committee, if they still have one, will take a look at that one. Coventry 1, Darby 0. In an all-championship game. Coventry lead 1-0. Adam, lots of empty seats. You haven't been to Millwall before, have you, Adam? Those seats are never occupied for safety reasons. So this will probably be close to a sellout, given I can see the front rows down there. Do they keep them closed as well at Millwall? But no, the bottom tier of the away end never has fans in it down at Millwall, unless the away fans can fill it, which is a rarity. Coventry 1, Derby 0. We're awaiting a goal scorer on that one. Dominic Hyam. Dominic Hyam is the goal scorer for Coventry. As Jake Cooper, it's a bit of a heavy chest on that one, prevents the corner, just lobs it out into the stand. Adam, Man United fan. No call to go down to Millwall then, although Man United did famously play Millwall in the FA Cup final, didn't they? Oh, goodness me. Some really poor communication there between Long and who was it in there? I think it was Pearce. Pearce apologises. He's got to let the keeper have that one. I don't know whether he got a shout, but really shouldn't be clearing that at all there. Pearce. Officially a sellout. I would have thought so. There you go. Who are we backing for AFCON? I wonder. Ewan's TV, you legend. Thank you for the Alan Shearer thing yesterday, Pete. Very, very kind, my friend. Goal kick. Millwall. Long gets, well, a long goal kick. Palace clear. Malone. Saville. Awful ball by Cooper there. Tries a little cushion half volley and straight out of play. Ollie, this is infinitely better. Thank you very, very much. I don't know who ITV have got on today. Senegal. They should be one of the favourites, shouldn't they? Stephen, got that Millwall feeling. They're going to have a good cup run again. Started pretty well. 1-0 Millwall. Once in a blue moon. Can't wait to play Millwall in the next round. Woof. I assume that's a Man City fan. They obviously got through, 4-1 last night down at Swindon for Manchester City. A bit of a walk in the park. To be fair, most of the Premier League games are a walk in the park for Man City at the moment, aren't they? Millwall 1, Palace 0, 31 gone. Millwall are the better side, aren't they? Don't think there's any doubt about that. Palace haven't really turned up yet. Millwall pouncing on a mistake from Jack Butland to take the lead. Poor goal kick from Long, picked up by Eze. Eze to Gallagher. Gallagher, Elise. Ward, Gallagher, Elise. Oh, beautiful feet by Elise. We've missed that in the Championship. Brilliant bit of play that. Here is Mitchell. Good defending by Hutchison. Steps out, cross comes in. And Millwall win it back. Jack Butland, laugh out loud. That's probably the first half summed up in 3 words there. Morocco for Dave. In the AFCON, Egypt for Kaylee. FA Cup dark horses, Jonesy. That's anyone outside the top 6 in the Premier League, isn't it, these days? Mitchell. Long one for Matata to chase. Matata looks like he's getting pretty frustrated. Every time Long gets the ball, he's tapping his phony watch and he's yelling at his teammates. Sometimes it's a good thing when a player plays with a bit of anger, but more often than not, it's the calm players with self-control that do the business. Cole Palmer, bagged one top corner. Doesn't look a great prospect. Like Man City need any more good players, but there we go. Little one is lovely. Having a nap, but I'm probably going to get in trouble for yelling when Benicophobe scored. Sleeping babies and watch-alongs are problematic. Referee Taylor has just gone to have a word with Pat Vieira. I don't know if Vieira's spoken out of turn. Vieira towering over referee Taylor, of course, there. But he's just had a bit of a telling off. I think Palace will come back in the second half. A few more Mills in the chat. We'll try and put them all up. We are completely neutral, obviously, on this channel, but have a lot of Millwall friends, of course. Again, apologies if you are seeing any spam in the chat. I'm on the block button as quickly as I can. I promise, I promise, I promise. Here comes McNamara down the right for Millwall. It's fed into Saville in deep midfield. Cooper. Good tackle by Hughes, that. And Gallagher now. Gallagher slips it in for Elise. Pearce thought about diving in there. Thinks better of it. Elise knocks it on to Matete, who's not having a good game, is he? The big Palace number 9. And it's cleared by Millwall. Palace pick it back up loose in central midfield. Guay steps out and knocks it into Eze. What else are we saying in the chat here? Do you think fixture congestion in the EFL caused by COVID? A lot of clubs will be less bothered about the cup. Yeah, there'll probably be a few, Ollie, won't they? It'll be like, okay, week off, get everybody back, get our protocols all working and all of that good stuff. Fulham only 1 shot in target. That's a huge win. There we go. MFC Lion, I respect your passion, but I can't put that comment up because of the profane language, my friend. But I know where you're coming from. Why do I sense a red card incoming? You're not the first person who said that. Oh, here comes Elise. Lovely bit of play. Sorry, it was Eze. And the shot driven just wide of the post by Conor Gallagher. Eze dribbled in there to the edge of the box. Gallagher drove the shot with the right foot. Don't know how much that missed by, actually. Let's have a look. Hard to tell from that angle. Long. This is a good angle. Ooh, just misses. As a little boy stood behind the goal, worried that was going to hit him. Closest Palace have come there. And I suppose it speaks well to how well Millwall have played, that it's a shot from outside the box following a dribble. We're sticking all the Mills up today. God, these bots. Jesus Christ. I'm on the block button, guys. Malone tries to pop that one down the line. Jeff Schlupp with the block. Who said it was half-time? Will. Half-time, Blackpool in the Battle of the Pools. Hartlepool 0, Blackpool 1 in the FA Cup. We'll take a look at everything in a bit more detail at half-time in this one. Nicely scooped up by Michael Elise, who's just such a tiny player. It's not even funny. Played into the front, and Matata is so off it, the poor Palace forward. It's not true. Benteke and Edouard are probably going to have a significantly high chance of coming on, I think, in this second half. Stick a couple of Mills up. There we go. Put them all up today. There's another one. Unbelievable scenes. There we go. We finally got a Palace fan. Deary me. Here is Anderson. Anderson to Gray to Schlupp. And Mitchell. Millwall back in shape. Palace just playing it around the back four, to be honest. Martin, Palace coming back into this, getting a little nervous. Yeah, I agree with you, actually. I agree. Rafinha to Millwall. Good luck with that one, Sarge. Ward tries to put the cross in. Cleared away. Here's Elise. Elise pops the cross in. No good. Goal kick to Millwall. .38 gone. Millwall 1, Palace 0. Millwall have probably been the better side. Palace with that one chance from Gallagher. Just hit the shot right-footed just across the post. Millwall did have that other decent chance other than the goal as well. Afobe stuck it over the bar. Here's Anderson, knocks it back home. Gray. Mitchell. Gray. Millwall quite happy. The front three just standing off the back four, not pressing them. And Benicophobe clearly then saying to everybody else, push up behind, squeeze the gap. That's the game plan for Millwall. It's working thus far. Here's Gray. Hughes. Hughes feeds that into the front. Given away. Ojo now for Millwall against Gray. That's a foul by Gray. Good play by Ojo. Doesn't always turn up, does he, Ojo, I have to say. Played well today. With the cameras on. Ojo on loan from Liverpool. Isn't he? Free kick, Millwall. Which Hutchison is going to take. We're coming up 40 minutes now. Millwall are really going to want to get to half-time at 1-0 up. And they're going to have a chance here. Bradshaw slips in behind. I think the flag's gone up for some reason. Yeah, there's an offside. Let's have a look. I mean, he's not offside, is he? Bad call, that one, by the linesman. Everyone sort of stopped, so you can't necessarily play out the scenario he was clean through on goal because the flag went up really early. Didn't look offside, actually. Just noticed Wallace not in the Millwall squad. I don't know whether you can read too much into it. Obviously, Białkowski's not in the Millwall team, but Wallace is not in the Millwall squad, is he? We'll we'll see. Besiktas is the latest link, and Nottingham Forest. Some big links for Jed Wallace. Not offside. Didn't look like it, did it, Dave? I don't think we got a direct look across the line, did we? It was a bit on the diagonal, but it didn't look offside, did it? To my first look. McNamara has just fouled Conor Gallagher. Never heard a commentator apologise for language picked up on the mic so often. I bet it's those guys. What is that stat? It's the Dockers stand, that side, isn't it? They give hell to anybody taking a throw-in down that side. Oh, dear. Free kick, Palace, which Gallagher is going to take. Gallagher floats that in. That is, I'm a very big fan of Conor Gallagher. I think he's a great player. That was a hopelessly bad free kick. He holds his hand up as if to apologise to me there. Awful free kick, wasn't it, Jest? Wasn't it Jest? 42 gone. Millwall look like, could be famous last words by me, they're closing in on a half-time lead here. Millwall 1, Palace 0. As I say that, Gallagher sticks it down the middle, and it's back with Long. Matata up top for Palace is cutting a frustrated figure, let's just say. Lobbed forward. And Joel Ward tried to header it away, and it's a Millwall throw quite high up now. Malone. Elise nicks it off him. Elise just dribbling in his own right back position, then hoofs it down the ground. And Matata is not really getting a lot of joy here. He's a bit isolated, actually, isn't he? Up front for Palace. Eze and Elise not really getting very close to him at all. Ojo. McNamara. Good step inside by McNamara. Mitchell. Cooper. Hutchinson. Millwall just holding onto the ball here. Smart. Ojo. Ojo trying to go all the way down on. He just overrun that. He tried to buy a foul, actually, at the end of it. But we are now just over a minute from half time. Millwall 1, Palace 0. Shouldn't be much in the way of stoppage time, I wouldn't have thought. Poor Matata. He's slandering himself with this performance down here, isn't he? Eze is one of my favourite players. Happy is back. Yeah, tremendous player. Eze, isn't he? Although, you have to say Millwall have kept him pretty quiet thus far. Am I watching Limitless Win? What is Limitless Win? I don't even know what that is. I thought Limitless was a film with Robert De Niro and Bradley Cooper in, wasn't it? James, Mansfield causing Borough a few problems second half. We'll have a look at that, James, at half time. Actually, have a look at the numbers. Coming together there. Anderson in the midfield. I think. Has he been penalised? We're into stoppage time now. Oh, no, ref let it go. 3 minutes stoppage time. I was wrong about that. I didn't think it'd be that much. Saville tries to put that one down the line. Throw in Millwall. Just got to see this 3 minutes of stoppage time, and then it's a good performance by Millwall. Palace have had a better last 15 minutes, but I'm fairly confident saying the first 30 minutes, I thought Millwall were, the better side. And I always have to be careful what I say on here because people pick apart every bloody word of it. But I'm fairly confident saying that. The ball's back with Long in the Millwall goal. Big clearance. Yeah, restart there. I think a Phobie offside, possibly. Guay, Mitchell, Eze dribbling. Millwall back in shape. Ward at right back. Gallagher. Elise outside, inside from the right. Oh, lovely ball by Elise. It goes right through. Schlupp. Mitchell knocks it in. Eze chance. Saville slid in behind him. And a corner is given. The Palace players wanted a penalty for that. Let's have a look at the replay. We've got a really good angle now. Good tackle. Really good tackle that by Saville. He knows it. Just sliding in there. Just got his foot ahead. I think when Patrick Vieira sees the replay of that, he'll probably be happy with the decision there. Just gets there ahead. And then the Palace attacker, I think it was Eze, kicks his foot and goes down. Decent tackle, that. In my humble opinion. We are 30 seconds away from half-time, the end of stoppage time here. Oh, Sean Hutchinson's got to be careful there. He's got a massive handful of Joachim Andersen's shirt. God. And then Anderson just completely smashes Scott Malone. Hutchinson's got to be a bit careful there. We do see penalties get given for those, don't we? Right, we are at the end of the 3 minutes minimum stoppage time. Referee Taylor blows his whistle. And it's Millwall 1, Palace 0 at half-time. Decent half that for Millwall. They played well. I thought they were nicely on top for the first 30 minutes. They had the chance with a Phobie that went over the bar and then capitalising on an atrocious mistake by Jack Butland in the goal. A Phobie stuck it in. Palace improved for the last 15 minutes. Closest they came was Conor Gallagher driving that shot right-footed across the post. Penalty shout at the end of the half. I thought referee Taylor got that right, actually. Saville slides in, and I was dreading it being they hit at the same time. But I think Saville is far enough ahead, just gets the ball. Sometimes when they arrive together, they always get given as penalties, don't they? But I think Saville's just far enough ahead, and the contact there with Eze, it's more a case of Eze kicking Saville's foot and going down rather than the other way around. Right, let's head over to our sponsors over at Betfair because they've got an interesting job here trying to judge this one, although they've suspended betting. So we'll take a look back in a minute or two. Betting suspended over at our sponsors, betfair.com for the moment. Let's just have a little look, see what's going on in the other ties. They should all be on the ticker. Let me bring the other screen up. There we go. So last night, Swindon 1, Man City 4. We're up to 62 minutes in. And it's Mansfield 0, Borough 2. And we did have some misinformation in the first half. We thought Sol Bamba had been sent off, but he wasn't. So the goals early on in that one, Ikpeazu and Boyd Muntz. Bristol City 0, Fulham 0. Attack momentum's probably got Bristol City as the better side there, but I haven't looked at any of the numbers, I have to say. Burnley 1, Huddersfield 0. Jay Rodriguez, the goal scorer there. Coventry 1, Derby 0. Dominic Hyam, the goal scorer there. Hartlepool 0, Blackpool 1. Keshi Anderson, who's having a great season for Blackpool, is the goal scorer. Millwall 1, Palace 0 is obviously our game here. What we will do, though, is just have a little show of Wycombe 2, Sunderland 2. And that, if you're paying attention to League One, is the state of play there. So currently second and third in the table. Wycombe 2, Sunderland 2. Right, it is half time. Hopefully, betting is still suspended over at betfair.com. Not entirely sure what is going on there. Let's have a little look in the chat. Yes, try and just express your opinion once, else I have to scroll up 100 miles in the chat, but there we go. Yeah, no VAR in the FA Cup today, so it doesn't matter whether anyone has it or not. It's not being used. Sunderland nearly scored. They've kicked off back in the second half. Any comments? Chris, Palace have tended to bottle it. Dreadful error for goal. Ref has been lenient to both sides. Mill. There we go. Keep your comments coming in. Oldham versus Sutton off. Waterlogged pitch. Very nice too. Don't know when they're going to fit that in the fixture list. Later on today, plenty of games in the FA Cup. Let me know where you smell an upset. Let me know your thoughts. Let's pop them up there. Barnsley Barrow. Don't talk to me about Barrow. Boreham Wood Wimbledon. We're guaranteed a fairly low-ranked team definitely getting through there. Kidderminster Reading. Upset there. Leicester versus Watford later on. Newcastle Cambridge. Don't know about that one. Peterborough Bristol Rovers. If that was the other way round, I'd smell an upset there if that game was being played at Bristol Rovers. Port Vale versus Brentford. QPR versus League One leaders Rotherham. West Brom versus Brighton. Wigan versus Blackburn. If we get some full-strength teams there, that could be good fun, that one, Wigan versus Blackburn. We think we have an equalising goal. Hartlepool 1, Blackpool 1. We think we've got an equaliser for Hartlepool in the Battle of the Pools up in the northeast there. Hartlepool 1, Blackpool 1. Birmingham Plymouth. Does that smell of an upset to anyone? Chelsea Chesterfield. Doubt it. Hull Everton. Think Everton will go full strength for that. Swansea Southampton. Yeovil Bournemouth is the rest of today's games. Plenty of action in League One. Also, Stanley MK Dons, Cheltenham Burton, Doncaster Fleetwood, Gillingham Ipswich, Lincoln Oxford. Let's see if we've got any comments here in the chat. I think we're just having a look at the Millwall goal again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's Butler knows it. Mark Guay is on for a pass on every one of those touches. Guay plays it to him. And Bradshaw does close down sort of the angle, but there's still a pass on. There's also a pass through to Joachim Andersen in between Bradshaw and Afobe there. So, yes, I respect the press from Millwall, but that is disproportionately the mistake by Butland that causes that goal. And Afobe there to capitalise. Horrible bit of goalkeeping. Mansfield 1, Middlesbrough 2. Mansfield have a goal back. So the two lower league sides in those two matchups there, Mansfield and Hartlepool, both scoring there in pretty short order. Hopefully we'll get to see that penalty shout. Cambridge, maybe as an upset. Who knows? Who knows? Plymouth could beat Blues tonight. Jay, squad is depleted with injuries. Hawkins header. That's not the Hawkins that played for Ipswich last season, isn't it? Ollie Hawkins, I think. Can they take it to extra time? Ice Station Zebra, coldest ground I've ever been to. Nice. You're really keen, J-Car, for me to watch Limitless with Ant and Deck tonight. I'll see what the missus says. There is the Reading team. Oh, is it? No, we're not. Team news. Team news in about 20 minutes for the 3 p.m. kickoffs. I just got a super slow-mo of the George Saville tackle on Eze. Let me wind that back. I don't think he even kicked his leg after. I think I'm getting close to 100% sure that's not a penalty. No. Right. I normally hedge my bets on penalty calls, but having seen a super slow-mo on that, Eze doesn't even get touched, I don't think. So I'm going to throw it out there. Definitely not a penalty in my humble opinion on that one. I'm not even going to go 70-30 or 60-40 on that one. Give me a game to watch at 3 p.m. Can you get the 3 p.m. games? I don't know. You must be clever on computers than I am. But no, plenty of choice. And I think BBC take over, don't they, at 5:30 tonight. Oh, it's betting back. Thank you. Was that Martin who told me that? Thank you very, very much. Right. As you can see out there today, we are sponsored by betfair.com and Football 365. So let's have a look, see what Betfair are saying. To win in 90 minutes, Millwall are now evens favourites to win. Remember, we tipped that at 4-1 before the game. We didn't tip it. We plugged it, didn't we? Palace 7-2 to win in 90 minutes. To qualify, including extra time and penalties, Millwall are, it's just come in actually, 4-7. Palace 5-4. So Millwall are now, as you can imagine, favourites in this one. And look, they're obviously taking a lot of money, Betfair, because it's suspended again. Oh, it's back again. Have the odds moved at all? No, they haven't. Next goal, which is really, really key. Palace favourites to score the next goal, 4-6. There's lots of money going on this game over at betfair.com. You can see it's moving every second. Millwall 10-3 to score the next goal. We thank, as ever, our sponsors, Betfair. If you do fancy one of those as your Saturday afternoon tipple, please gamble responsibly. Only bet what you can afford. BeGambleAware.org, 18+ only. Goal line clearance over at Wycombe. That sounds like a really, really good game, that one. James going to watch Wigan Blackburn. That sounds fun, providing Blackburn don't send the reserves, which there's a chance they might be in second in the Championship, somewhat surprisingly. Right, we are probably only a few minutes away from the second half kicking off. Millwall 1, Palace 0. Keep getting your thoughts in, and we will get as many read out as we possibly can. Do you know what I'm going to do? Let me give you some. Oh, I can't give you the outrights today. That's annoying. I was going to give you the outrights over at Betfair to win the FA Cup. Wycombe all the way. No, Sarge. 2-2 between Wycombe and Sunderland in League One. Let me know which games you are following later on in the 3 p.m s, whether they're FA Cups or League Ones. And then we've got some 5:30s coming up after that. The square root of F all has happened in this second half. And here is presumably keeping in touch with Bristol City and Fulham. Please hit that thumbs up button wherever indeed you are watching, whether that be on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube. The Hungarian Hustler, listening from Australia, kind of hope Millwall get up there now. They are in front. They're favourites. Can they see out the second half and what would be an impressive victory? Wycombe penalty appeal in the other game. I can't keep up with that game, Pete, honestly. Seen them given. Oh, yes, I'm literally been showing it now. Seen him given in 2021 and 2022, obviously. Maybe less so in 2022. Not the type of thing I like to see being given a penalty. There was no actual tackle made, was there? Mansfield pull one back. Yes, indeedio. Mansfield 1, Borough 2. Hopefully, all your results are correct and present. Ticking along the bottom, Mansfield 1, Middlesbrough 2. Although the fact that that bullet point next to FA Cup doesn't have a space in between it is annoying my brain. So let's do that. That looks better, doesn't it? Mansfield 1, Borough 2. Bristol City 0, Fulham 0. They're 12:30 kickoff, so 15 minutes ahead of us here with Millwall and Palace. Burnley 1, Huddersfield 0, Coventry 1, Derby 0. Hartlepool 1, Blackpool 1. In League 1, it's Wycombe 2, Sunderland 2. A good game from what I've seen out of the corner of my eye there. A Palace comeback, 3-2 win. 4 second-half goals. Sounds interesting. Loving the atmosphere, David. Unfortunately, David, I've got my earphones in, so I can't hear it. Nathan Wood having a very good... Is that Nathan Wood Gordon? Having a good game. Bamba making mistakes. Does Ipswich play today? Yes, they are at Gillingham. My lot Ipswich. We'll find out the teams imminently, actually. Let me know teams as they come in the 3 p.m. games. Right. Players are out now. Let's just do a quick sweep of the teams. There is Benik Afobe, the goal scorer, pouncing on that mistake from Jack Butland. Right. Let's quickly go through the teams. Let's just see what Shaylee's showing me. Oh, the dogs are back. Oh, I have to show you this on the screen. We just got our doggies back. There you go. There, you can't see that, can you? Let's do it properly. There. Oh, it's gone. Never mind. Snapchat for you. If you hear barking, you know what it is, right? Okay, we kicked off in the second half. Let me quickly do the teams. Long in goal for Millwall, Hutchison, Pearce, Cooper, Malone, McNamara, Saville, Mitchell, Ojo, Afobe and Bradshaw. For Palace, no subs. Butland, horrible mistake for the goal. Ward, Anderson, Gray, Mitchell, Schlupp, Hughes, Gallagher, Elise, Mateta. Eze, it's Millwall 1, Palace 0. We'll give you a time sync any second. We'll give you one at 46 minutes. I'm watching on an ITV TV feed. If you're watching on ITV Hub or a smart TV, you may be a bit behind, so that's why we do distinct. Here's Elise. Elise into the box, drills the shot. Oh, what a brilliant goal by Michael Elise, and Palace have equalised within the first minute of the second half. They work the ball out to the right-hand side. Elise steps in right-footed. It's a beautiful finish. Bends it into the far corner, in off the far post. Millwall just get pulled apart. Was Mateta offside in the build-up there as well? I'd be interested to see them play that back. After that, it's brilliant from Elise. Stands up Malone. Look at that for a finish. Just have a look at when Mateta comes to receive that ball. Wonder whether he came from an offside position. They will probably play that back in just a sec. And Palace have the equaliser. All that hard work done by Millwall to get themselves in front in the first half. Beautiful finish by Elise, and it is 1-1. Here's Ojo for Millwall. Let's hope that doesn't suck the wind out of the stadium. It's Millwall 1, Palace 1. Ojo crosses into the near post. Butland gathers. Rowett is not going to appreciate that. No, he's not. Did they come in strong in the second half? Absolutely, they did. Beautiful goal, wasn't it? Come on, Palace. 8 million for Elise. Yeah, only 1 year left on the deal, wasn't there? Simply brilliant. Lovely goal. Great goal. That's what Elise is all about. Malone backing off there. Not sure what Wallace's wife is up to. I don't know if they've shown another replay. That first replay, I did wonder whether Matetta was coming from an offside position when he received that ball. I wonder if they'll show us a replay there. Yeah, he's offside. Yeah, they've just frozen it. I'm sure I saw it. Correct. So, yeah, we've had 2 iffy offside calls in this game, haven't we? And, yeah, that goal shouldn't have stood. It's a brilliant goal once Elise gets it and drives inside. But no VAR in the FA Cup. If there was VAR, that goal would have been chalked off. Mateta is offside. I think it's fairly conclusive from that, even though it's on the angle. He looks offside. But no VAR in the FA Cup today. And that would have been chalked off. Bit of a controversial goal. Hartlepool 2, Blackpool 1. What's going on there then? Hartlepool 2, Blackpool 1. In the Battle of the Pools, Hartlepool have come back and they are now 2-1 up. George Saville has gone off for Millwall. Is that Matt Smith coming on? No, Michael Kieftenbell is about to come on and is on. Saville out. Kieftenbell, the former Birmingham midfielder, has joined us. Let's have a look at your comments. I don't know what the situation is with VAR. It should be disallowed with VAR. I think we all agree with that. VAR would have chalked that goal off. It would have been disallowed if VAR was being used. I don't know whether it's being used in some games and not others. But yeah, he's offside, isn't he? I thought that on the first replay that he looked offside. But it was only confirmed really on the second one. Hughes, that's a brilliant pass by Hughes. Gallagher chests down. Gallagher inside. Gallagher knocks it out to Elise. Now Malone needs to get tight. What is going on? Mansfield 2, Middlesbrough 2. So between them, Hartlepool and Mansfield have stuck in 4 goals in this second half, have they? Oh, no, it's been disallowed. Or it didn't happen in the first place. Some misinformation. It did flash up on my screen. Maybe Mansfield had the ball in the net. There you go. Mansfield disallowed goal. Wickham, Sunderland. Great game for the neutral. This is a pretty good one. Here's Elise again, giving Malone a horrible time. Elise, he's hit the post. He nearly did it again. Oh, someone send Scott Malone some help. Michael Elise has absolutely got him on toast in this half. Malone looks terrified. He won't engage. And Elise hits the post and nearly pulls off exactly the same goal again. And Scott Malone is not getting anywhere near him. Hughes drives the shot. And it's over the bar. Oh, so close. So close from Michael Elise. Hits the post. Mill starting to sit back. Got to step up. Yeah. And they've got to double up on Elise by the look of it because Malone at the moment just can't cope with Elise. And he nearly scored exactly the same goal again, bending it in off the far post. Palace, so much attacking talent. Well, we know all about those 2 inside forwards, don't we? Elise and Eze. Hughes, foul surely by Kieftenbell. Stack them up. First one for Big Keith. Here's Gray. 52 gone. Millwall 1, Palace 1. Palace have stepped it up a gear or 2. Yeah, they have. Schlupp picks it up, but I think Hughes fouled Scott Malone, who'll be very pleased to be in the other half and not having Michael Elise running at him. Free kick, Millwall. I suspect this one's going in the box. Can they get first contact, preferably from Jake Cooper, you would think? He's the danger man. Oh, that's unlucky in the Wycombe-Sunderland game, off the bar. Lovely curling shot. Keeper's done, isn't he? Hits the bar. Right, free kick, Millwall. In it goes. Headed away for Anderson. Volleyed goal, which is that going to make the top tier of the stand? No, it's Keefton Belt. With the shot, Palace play the game as if we're playing with the big guns. Kato from Uganda. Welcome, Kato, legend. Love to see Hartlepool winning. Would you prefer to play replays or no replays? I don't really care, although I like the idea that if I don't know, if there's a small team playing a big team at home and they draw, they get to go and cash in the away game. So, but it is what it is. Luck of the draw in that respect, isn't it? Elise, clear foul by Keefton Bell. That's 2. Referee waves play on. Mateta. Eze round the corner to Gallagher. Gallagher out to Elise. Oh, here we go again. Elise curls it. Oh, my goodness me. The Millwall players are looking at Scott Malone and telling him you're not getting anywhere near him in this second half. Malone again backing off. He's trying to show him outside onto his right foot. And Elise really is the key player in this half. It's just a matter of if Palace can get the ball on the left and quickly switch it to the right, it's not working out well for Millwall over that side at all, is it? Hutchinson to McNamara. Ojo. Foul by Hughes. Ojo, quick free kick. McNamara into Bradshaw. Mitchell. Switch of play by Hutchinson. Good press by Palace, that. Here's Cooper. A little dink over to McNamara. Good ball, that. Good tackle, though, by Mitchell. Mitchell gets it clear. Mateta runs underneath the ball. Right, we're going to have another go at this now. Mansfield 2, Middlesbrough 2. We think Mansfield are level now with 5 to go. That one looks like it's going to extra time now. Mansfield 2, Borough 2. Excuse me. They come back from 2-0 down, Mansfield, in that one. By the way, if you're watching the stream, join the stream, please hit the thumbs up button. Try and draw some more people. Let us know which game you're watching, who your team is, all of that good stuff. And if you're watching along Millwall Palace with us, Billy Mitchell gets a yellow card, by the way. Let us know your thoughts in this one. It's Mitchell with the foul on Eze, who he gets the ball and he just lulls players in and just glides away from them, doesn't he, Eze? Free kick Palace. And it looks like this one's going up into the box. There is Mark Bright and Doogie Friedman in the stand. Mark Bright was a great player up front with Ian Wright, obviously, from Palace. Doogie Friedman, former Palace manager as well. Oh, there's Steve Parrish as well. I didn't spot him. The Palace owner. Throwing Palace down the right. Elise, who's been the real key player in the second half. Picked up in midfield by Keefton Bell. Ojo brings it away. McNamara, Mitchell. Pearson to Cooper. Big hoik forward by Cooper. McNamara, lovely ball into the channel for Ojo, who runs Mitchell. It's been a good battle, Ojo and Mitchell, hasn't it? Ojo. Hutchison, good football by Millwall. Oh, heavy touch by McNamara. Mitchell's in there to pick it up. Billy, that is, not Tyreek. Given away, though, and here comes a Palace counter, and here comes Michael Elise, and he's 1v1 with Jake Cooper. Will he fare better than Scott Malone has this half? Elise trying to run Cooper. Oh, Elise. Oh, it's brilliant by Michael Elise. Oh, it's 2-1 to Palace. Mateta heads it in. Mateta's not had a good game, but Michael Elise has just been outstanding in this half. He puts it on a plate. It's pretty much a virtuoso second half by Michael Elise. He scored. He's hit the post. He's now got an assist. Mateta heads it in. What a player and what a performance in the second half by Michael Elise. Millwall 1, Palace 2. How good is this guy playing in this second half? Look at that for a... Oh, it's so good. It is so good. It's not even funny, honestly. Just bends it in, cuts back, and Mateta nods it in. Millwall 1, Palace 2. And, yeah, it's just the Michael Elise show in the second half. Elise is a cheat code. He is in this second half. Game over. Millwall defending very poor. Well, are they? Okay, got turned over in midfield. I think you need to give credit, don't you, to Michael Elise, who's playing brilliantly, absolutely brilliantly. Someone hurt that Elise. Yeah, he's playing so well, isn't he? Palace forwards are fantastic. Age on their side, fun team to watch. We got a flare on the pitch of some. Doesn't actually look like a flare. Just looks like something on fire. Millwall 1, Palace 2. Absolutely brilliant second half performance by Michael Elise, who's pretty much been played in, 3 or 4 times on that left-hand side and done damage every single time. He scored once, he's hit the post once, and he's put that one on a plate for Mateta to head in from about 6 yards. And it's Millwall 1, Palace 2. It looked like a flare on the pitch. And I think we are good to go. We're about, 60 minutes up on the clock. Millwall 1, Palace 2. Most of the people in the Dockers stand are all looking over at the away end. So I don't know what's going on in the stadium. Let's hope this doesn't turn in the stadium down there at the Den. Could get a bit tasty afterwards, you might think. Mitchell to Eze. Eze down the left. Eze, great feet. Takes Kieftenbeld inside, outside. Mitchell crosses in. Not quite Elise quality of cross. Big clearance there. Martin, not going to be our day. I think Palace doing really well. Need someone to put in some crunching tackles. Absolutely. Mitrovic on for Fulham. Nice sub if you can get it, isn't it? Hey, 7 minutes added on, James, in the Borough game. That is 2-2. Mansfield 2, Borough 2. Looks like that one is going to extra time. There's your Rotherham team to visit QPR. Thanks, Iain. Vickers, Edmonds Green, Wooder, Heckwer, Harding, Barlaser, Rathbone, Sadlier, Ferguson, Smith, and Grigg. Let us know your team news for your team in the 3 PMs. Mason Bennett is going to come on. Is that referee Tierney, the 4th official? Popular fella. Alex Pearce has gone out. Mason Bennett's gone on, and that substitution probably should have happened about, or the change. I think they've gone to a back 4 so they can double up on Michael Elise, which, again, hindsight is a wonderful thing. But that should have probably happened a fair wee while ago, shouldn't it? We'll have a look and see where Bennett has gone. Looks like he's gone front left, possibly. Might even be 4-4-F in 2 here. And some doubling up. We'll have a look and see what Gary Rowett has gone with in terms of that team shape. But definitely needed some help in that left wing back area. Scott Malone first, getting roasted a couple of times by Michael Elise and Jake Cooper on his own. Yeah, so it looks like they're going to go to a back four. And hopefully then, or presumably, they're going to get someone to double up on that left-hand side. Here is Malone, yeah. So it looks like a 4-4 F in 2, to be honest. With Bennett's going to play left midfield in front of Malone. And I suspect the last instruction he got when he went on is when the ball goes over to Elise, get behind the ball. We're going to get a double substitution for Palace. Benteke and Edouard are coming on. Eze's coming off. Out goes the former QPR player. I assume Matata's going to come off as well. Wouldn't be the smartest thing to take Elise off at the moment, would it? Benteke's on then. Yeah, Matata, as we suspected, is off. And Edouard is on. So I assume, well, we'll find out. But I'm guessing Benteke will go down the middle. And Edouard will go down the right or inside right. Unless they go to a front two. But I wouldn't be moving. Sorry, I'm in the left. I wouldn't be moving Michael Elise anywhere. Burnley 1, Huddersfield 1. We got an equaliser for Huddersfield. Burnley 1, Huddersfield 1. At the moment, everything's going to extra time, isn't it? Apart from, no, are they all level? Mansfield 2, Borough 2, Bristol City 0, Fulham 0, Burnley 1, Huddersfield 1. Ah, there you go. Coventry 1, Derby 0, Hartlepool 2, Blackpool 1. So 3 of them are going to extra time. Good luck, Chelsea, taking on the mighty Chesterfield later. Edouard normally plays left wing. Yeah, it looks like that's where he's gone. So, yeah, Edouard down the left, Benteke down the middle, and Elise coming in from the right-hand side. Oh, they've done it again, have Middlesbrough. Mansfield 2, Middlesbrough 3. Masters of the late win in recent times, aren't they? We'll have a look at that in a second. Gallagher crosses in, looking for Edouard at the back post. So Borough look like they've won in the last minute, like they did at Blackpool very, very recently. Mansfield 2, Borough 3. We will await the John Joe O'Toole own goal, 95th minute, says SofaScore. Wouldn't want to be him at the moment, other than he's probably a very wealthy professional. He used to play for Everton, didn't he? Yeah, Michael Elise has just had a bottle thrown at him and not very smartly has just gestured, bring it on to the Millwall fans, which is probably a red rag to a bull there, isn't it? Hughes edge of the box, drives to shot in. Gallagher puts it over the bar. He had a long look at that. Conor Gallagher over the top. 66-40 gone. So substitutions now, 2 for either side here. Pearce and Saville out. Keefton Belt and Bennett in. And just having that back four and that dedicated player in the left-hand side with a midfielder in front is really going to allow them to double up down the sides, as a wing-back system doesn't really allow you to do quite so well, does it? A bit more rigid defensive shape there. Palace have brought in Edouard and Benteke for Eze and Matata. Edouard chasing through there and cleared away. There is your QPR team. Thanks, Dave. Archer, Adoma, Dickey, Dumbarbe, Wallace, Bull, Johansson, Thomas, Austin Gray. Nice to see a lot of fairly strong teams in the FA Cup today. Last few years I've been doing this and plenty of reserve teams, put it that way. Nice to see, some first team affairs duking it out. Gallagher. Schlupp knocks it back. It's booted into Benteke. And Scott Malone heads it back goalwards. Full time. Mansfield 2. Middlesbrough 3. Chris Wilder can't stop winning. Here comes Ojo into the channel. Ojo tries the cross. Loopy. Gets way too much on it. Out it goes for a goal kick. Chance for O'Dowda for Bristol City. That one's going to extra time as things stand. Did we get a red card in the Sunderland game, or are we about to? Oh, dear. They don't normally go unpunished nowadays, do they? Yellow, in fact, for Embleton. Interesting. Wycombe game so tense. Looks like it's been a good one, doesn't it? Schlupp. Benteke coming in off the left. Edouard. Dribbles his way in. Tries a knockback to no one in particular. And here comes a Millwall counter. McNamara. And just at the point he was about to play that, he's been fouled. And let's have a look. Was there any attempt to play the ball there? If not, that's one of those naughty stopping a counter-attack fouls, that, isn't it? That probably warrants a yellow card. Credit League 2 Mansfield for taking Borough all the way. Agreed, Iain. Agreed with that, my friend. Right, what we will do, actually, is check in with our friends over at Betfair. Our sponsors today. Anderson heads away. We'll get there in just a sec. Olise clears. Let's take a look. Hang on. McNamara down the right. McNamara crosses in. Hughes gets there first. Pace of this game is still very good considering we are 70 minutes in. Right. Millwall to win in 90. Anyone for a 3-2? 45-1. Palace to win in 90, 7-1 on. To qualify, Palace 50-1 on. Millwall 9-1. That's not the worst price in the world, considering they're one goal away from taking it to extra time. Next goal, Palace 9-5. Millwall 7-2. No goals, 6-5 on. That is our sponsors, Betfair.com. With some prices for you, head over to Betfair.com. If any of those are your little tipple for a Saturday afternoon, make sure you only bet what you can afford. Please gamble responsibly. BeGambleAware.org. 18 plus. Only. Bennett. Malone. Bennett going down the left-hand side. Bennett. Nice looking cross of Forde. Oh, and the shot's blocked. Oh, that's why that 9-1 price or whatever it is for Millwall to qualify seems long, doesn't it? One goal, and that's going to move by an absolute mile, isn't it? Middlesbrough game finished. Yes, Middlesbrough are through. Can't wait for the World Cup. Yeah, we'll hammer it during the World Cup. Absolutely. Who do I think will win the Leeds game tomorrow? It's so difficult to say, Iain, in these all Premier League games. You just don't know whether there'll be a reserve team out from West Ham, do you? Trippier starts for Newcastle. Up the Borough, Janty. Watch along for Forest Arsenal, probably. Yellow card. Yeah, I thought that should have been a yellow card. White sign Nederland. Oh, was he already on a yellow, was he, Annie? Interesting from referee Taylor, that one. Gallagher goes down. Referee Taylor tells him to get up. Ojo, double step over. In it goes. I don't like it when referees tell players to get up. I prefer it when they say no foul like that, because it is possible that the player literally fell over and wasn't fouled and is not diving, whereas diving implies you dived, get up. And if you think they dived, give them a booking. Don't tell them to get up. So, yeah, I know people get on referees' backs, but I prefer that sort of stuff. Euros content was quality. Thank you, Alistair. That was a tiring month, but very fun. How many games did we watch in the Euros? God, won't there be even more in the World Cup as well? I don't know what time of day all the games are going to be as well. That could be very interesting. Gallagher attempts to knock that out to Michael Elise. Over hits it. We are up to the 74th minute. Both managers have made 2 subs. So there will likely be probably one more change each. Speaking of changes, big old Akinfenwa is coming on. He's nearly 40 years old, Akinfenwa. He's coming on for a couple of minutes for Wickham. Cause some trouble. Hartlepool's still leading. Body clock change month. Does anybody know what the schedule is? God, do you remember? I don't know how old you are in the chat. World Cup 94. Some late ones in that. Although Japan and Korea in 2002 was worse, wasn't it? I think World Cup 94 was like 7 p.m., 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. or something. Japan and Korea was 7 a.m., 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. or something like that, wasn't it? I don't know what Qatar is going to be. My global timing is not great. Someone's saying 3 hours ahead. Someone's saying 4 hours ahead. Here comes Bennett down the left. Elise tries to clear. Afobe does well, blocks that out. Bennett. It's back with Hutchison. Cooper. Millwall getting some territory now, getting back into it. Keefton Bell to Cooper. Palace sitting in a little bit more. Foul on Mason Bennett. The free kick to Millwall. Joe Ward just in a bit too hard on Bennett, breathing down his neck. Three hours ahead. So what time are the games then in English time? I've been to Qatar, but I didn't leave the airport. Oh, hello. Burnley 1, Huddersfield 2, 86th minute. In comes the free kick from Millwall, headed up in the air and away. Good delivery, that. Ojo. Ojo crosses in. Cooper making a nuisance of himself. We could have a cup set here. You love to see it. Burnley 1, Huddersfield 2. Huddersfield having a great season, aren't they? Up in 6th in the Championship. They could be going through in the Cup against the Premier League team away from home as well. Here's a Forde in the box. Forde knocks it back. Bennett. Oh, it's a weak shot, isn't it? He needs to go across the keeper to Butland's left there. There wasn't that much of a gap to his right. He didn't get that much power on it. All in all, not the greatest shot in the world by Mason Bennett. That he's just edge of the box. Yeah, it's a weak shot, isn't it? Other corner, and that's got a chance, even at the pace he hit it. 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 7 p.m. That'll do me. Here comes Bennett again. Millwall looking better now. Hughes and Elise nick the ball off Bennett. Elise knocks it ahead for Gallagher. And yeah, you can see what Bennett's instructions have been down that left-hand side. He's getting back and covering fairly consistently. What's the score with Blackpool, Callum? I think they're 2-1 down, aren't they? Let me give you a quick sweep. Borough have won 3-2 at Mansfield. Bristol City 0, Fulham 0 is going to extra time. It's Burnley 1, Huddersfield 2, Coventry 1, Derby 0, Hartlepool 2, Blackpool 1, and Millwall 1, Palace 2. We could have 2 cup sets, actually. Hartlepool could be going through at Blackpool's expense. Huddersfield could be going through at Burnley's expense. And I'm looking across at the other screen. Oh, my goodness me. Wycombe 2, Sunderland 3 in the 92nd minute. And the Sunderland away end has gone mental. Some fans on the pitch. There's a flare on the pitch. I think Ross Stewart has scored. I'm calling that a hat-trick. I don't care how many grumpy people are going to tell me the first goal's an own goal. I think he's got I think he's definitely got this third goal. Let's have a look. Countered down the right-hand side. Stewart makes the run through. It's not great goalkeeping, is it? Look at that away end at Sunderland. Wow. Just trickles in the back of the net. And you have to say, the keeper there, Stockdale, has made his mind up for him, hasn't he? All he has to do is just lift it towards the goal and he scores. And that's what he does. I think the keeper needs to stay put there. Defender's got that covered. Oh, we're having 5 subs then in the FA Cup. I think Matt Smith is coming on. And I think the 15-year-old kid might be coming on here for Millwall, which might be some kind of record. I'm sure the ITV coverage will be all over it. Ojo's coming out. On comes, I think, was that Nana Boateng? Matt Smith's come on. We haven't seen who's come off. Full-time, Coventry 1, Derby 0. Right, so Bradshaw, Afobe and Ojo are all off. That was the front 3. Bury, Boateng and Smith are on. A 5th sub for Millwall. Will Hughes. Will Smith is an actor who was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will Hughes, who's a footballer playing in this game, has come out, and Luka Milivojevic has come in. So 5 subs again. That makes my piece of paper start to look like that, which is very, very annoying. Will Smith off for Palace. Will Smith in Men in Black would normalise you and forget that I got someone's surname mixed up. Imagine that. Matt Smith, Will Hughes, Matt Smith, Will Smith. Easily done. Bristol City 0, Fulham 0 is going to extra time. So Tyler Bury is number 32. He is on. Nana Boateng is number 38 and Matt Smith is number 9. In case you may not be familiar with a couple of those Millwall youngsters. I have to say, I'm not. Hartlepool win. Sensational. Well played, Hartlepool. A cup set. Hartlepool 2, Blackpool 1. We are about 7 minutes from the end of this one. Jack Butland has been booked. Are there any real minnows left? Absolutely. Dixon cider. What does that say? Organic cider. Nice. Boreham Wood are playing Wimbledon, so one of them's definitely going through. We got Kidderminster, they're National League. Yeovil, National League North, aren't they? I can't think. Lovely ball by Lease, looking for Gallagher. Long is out and grabs it. Did Long get one in the face there? Gallagher only has eyes for the ball, does he? Or does he catch him trying to jump over him? Didn't look like there was anything in it. He looks okay. Or is he? Oh, no. He is bleeding. He's got a thick lip. Middlesbrough Hartlepool in the 4th round. That'd be nice. Full time. Cup set, everybody. Burnley 1, Huddersfield 2. Burnley 1, Huddersfield 2. So 2 cup sets. Hartlepool have beaten Blackpool and Huddersfield have beaten Burnley. Extra time, Bristol City against Fulham. That's only one game going into extra time. That was a 12:30 kick-off. Are you seriously telling me Wickham have equalised? Unbelievable. Wickham 3, Sunderland 3. Right old battle between these two. Hell of a game in League One over on Sky Sports. Wickham 3, Sunderland 3. Let's get that ticker updated. We're miles out. Another set play. Keeper's up for it. And forced over the line. Who's that? Jacobson popped it in from about a foot. You've got to defend those set plays against Wickham, haven't you? Here's Bury. Knocks it inside to McNamara. Bury crosses right-footed, deep one. Flicked away by Ward. Malone. And cleared by Palace. Millwall 1, Palace 2. About 5 to go in this one. What's going on at Wickham? Lots of goals. Well done, Udders. Absolutely ridiculous game. There we go. Still top, Iain. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Great show and great music. Absolutely. Who mentioned Will Smith anyway? Matt Smith plus Will Hughes equals Will Smith. Sean, keep doing what you do, but remember to leave your bias at the door always. Full time, Wickham 3, Sunderland 3. That looked like a hell of a game. Right, long throwing coming from Billy Mitchell. In it goes into the Palace box, cleared away by Conor Gallagher. They've got to keep the pressure up. They've got to keep the ball that end, Millwall. And it comes from Mitchell. Oh, goodness me. Glanced on the near post. And I think it was Boateng throwing himself at it on the far post. Nearly converts that one in. Unlucky. Good cross by Mitchell. Oh, little flick on the near post. Who got the flick? I think Gay gets the flick. So Boateng's not offside. If he sticks that in the net, it's a goal. And Matt Smith's right, actually. I think that should have been a corner at the least there. What a game between Wickham and Sunderland. Absolutely. Michael Elise is going off. I shouldn't do this, but well played. I don't think we're in doubt as to the key player in this game, in the turnaround in the second half. Klein is on for Michael Elise. Riedveld is on as well. I did not see who he came on for. I tell you what, I don't miss 5 subs. Blooming nightmare keeping up with your notes. Riedveld on. So we have Millwall Palace with 2.5 minutes to go. We have Bristol City and Fulham gone to extra time. That's 0-0. It was 3-3 in League One between Wycombe and Sunderland. Looked like a hell of a game, that one. And cup sets. We have had Hartlepool beat Blackpool, Huddersfield beat Burnley, and non-cup sets. Coventry have beaten Darby, and Borough have beaten Mansfield. Woof. Nat Klein, footed, retired. Very highly rated a few years ago. Absolutely. Do I do this every weekend? We try our best. We're around somewhere normally. Was it Schlupp? Thank you, Wenlock. I guessed, and I wrote Reedweld next to where Schlupp's name was, so we'll go with that. Right, there's about 70 seconds of normal time left. It's going to be a Palace throw-in. Sort of deep left midfield area, which Tyreek Mitchell is going to take. Edouard wins another throw-in down the left-hand side. Edouard has got Bury on him. Bury wins it. I think that's going to be another Palace throw, isn't it? Or not. Oh, yes, it is, yeah. Mitchell throws it in and gets it back. Mitchell goes to hold it in the corner. Mitchell of Palace, that is, of course. There is Mitchell of Millwall. Ryan, woeful is the only word to describe today. Not happy Blackpool fan. Jameson, Huddersfield looked useful today, and they've won. Right, we're into stoppage time here. 5 minutes of minimum stoppage time. We're 22 seconds in, and it's going to start with a Millwall goal kick. Palace know the deal here. They just need to keep a lid on this, and they're going to go through to the 4th round. Smith flicks it on. Bennett trying to chase him behind. Smith gets ahead on it. Bury's got Mitchell outside. Mitchell, can he get the crossover from the right or win the corner? I think that's going to be a goal kick. Going to be a goal kick to a Palace. And that is 1 minute of minimum stoppage time gone. And Jack Butland, who'll be very pleased that this has turned around because he made a really terrible mistake for the first goal, didn't he? There's the big clearance. Flicked on. It's going to be a Millwall throw. 90 seconds of stoppage time gone. McNamara steals a few metres and throws that one down the line. Smith tries to flick it on. Bury against Milivojevic. Gallagher gets in, makes a good tackle. Oh, I was going to say it wasn't a foul by Gallagher. So I assume it's Milivojevic has been penalised there. He's been penalised for holding. Looks like Gallagher's been penalised for the foul there. Thought he got in front and won that ball there, to be fair. But it's going to be a Millwall free kick, which is going in the box. It's quite narrow, this one. Scott Malone's going to take it left-footed. Palace are holding a very bravely high line. I assume Malone's going to try and drop it over the line. Oh, no, he's taking it quickly out to the right-hand side. Bury 1v1 with Mitchell. Bury crosses in. Oh, it's gone all the way across the box. No Millwall leg can direct that goalwards, and it's going to be a corner to Millwall. Milivojevic's got a little touch just to change the trajectory on the way in. And it's a corner to Millwall, 92:57 on the clock. In it comes. Oh, Hutchison headers it down, and Butland gathers it. Goodness me. Can I have a shout out? Dylan, consider it done. Less than 2 minutes of minimum stoppage time to go. Gary Rowett holds his head. Palace will try and play this out now. 93:27 on the clock. The big goal kick has been won by Palace as well. Klein slides it into the channel for Gallagher, who's done well. He's got there ahead of Kieftenbeld. Kieftenbeld's won it and Malone clears down the line. I think that's going to be kind of Gallagher is holding his face. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other there. Gallagher's trying to pull Kieftenbeld's shorts. Kieftenbeld's arm hits him in the face. Play on, guys. Come on. Throw in Palace. 94:15. 5 minutes minimum stoppage time to play. Ward flicks it on. Benteke. Nice turn. Great bit of skill by Benteke. Knocks it on. Edouard shot deflected. Loops up. And Long gathers it. And he needs to get this down the other end of the pitch. Pretty darn quick. And he does. Bury, good header wide. Here is Mitchell. Mitchell down the line. In comes the cross from the right. Smith heads goalwards. And it is straight at Butland. And that's going to be that. We've got 10 seconds minimum stoppage time to go. But Butland will kill all of that just by holding the ball probably. And then he's going to boot it down the ground. And I don't think it's going to be coming back. I think Millwall have now run out of time. And it's going to be Palace getting the win. Butland clears it. All eyes on referee Taylor now. We are 13 seconds over minimum stoppage time. Foul by Benteke. And I think there's going to be one more phase of play. And it's a free kick to Millwall, which is going to just be booted right up the other end. And can they get first contact? No. Big header clear. And referee Taylor blows the final whistle. Good cup tie that. Really, really competitive stuff. Two strong teams, but it ends Millwall 1, Crystal Palace 2. Get your final comments in on that one. Millwall played well in the first half, and I thought were much the better side in the first 30 minutes. Forde put one over the bar, but then capitalised on Butland's really bad bit of footwork to give the lead to Millwall. Palace had an all right last 15 minutes in the first half, but in the second half, Michael Elise, the obvious standout player, brilliant performance by Elise. He curled the equaliser in off the post for his first trick. Then he did exactly the same again and hit the post, and then a brilliant assist by Elise for Jean-Philippe Mateta, who headed the winner. Man of the match cameo there, that 20 minutes for Michael Elise to win the game essentially for Palace. We should point out the first Palace goal, Mateta comes from an offside position before he plays it to Elise. That, of course, is not Elise's fault, and what he does after that is brilliant. But I am at liberty to point out if there had been VAR, that goal would have been wiped off. Right, thank you all for watching. I know we're still going over in Bristol, where it is, I think, still 0-0. So I'm just bunging it up here. Bristol City 0, Fulham 0. SofaScore says 100 minutes in. So there we go. Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Leeds 2021. Peter, thank you. Luke, great game. Well done, Palace. Good stream. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Neil. I will not be here at 3, guys. That is me done for the day. I'm going to go hang with my children. There we go. Thank you very much, Iain. The dogs are back, Iain, but I don't know if it's the right weather to be walking them. Save that for tomorrow, I think. They've been running around. Alf, thank you very, very much. It says better commentary in ITV. I'm informed it was Clive Tildesley on ITV, so I won't take that because Clive Tildesley's a great commentator, isn't he? But there you go. Good effort, but 15 minutes of magic by Elise decided it. Totally agree. The Giant Killers fail. No, they don't, Tom Tresco. We've had a win for Hartlepool over Blackpool and a win for Huddersfield over Burnley. So we've got a couple of upsets already. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Undbusi. Sorry if I'm butchering your name there. Thank you, Martin. And we will see you all soon. I don't know when we're going to be back. I've got something on tomorrow. So we might be back for a transfer update or something tomorrow. But we'll certainly be back. When is Forest and Arsenal? In fact, let me not be so wishy-washy with you. We will try and be back tomorrow for... Do you know what? We will try and do Forest Arsenal tomorrow. That sounds fun. Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Hopefully see you tomorrow for that one then. And it's a lovely big over and out from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.